Okay, level check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We are talking weather tonight at 7:15. I'm meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer. I've got just a couple things to set up, and I'll be right with you. All right, it is according to 7:16. I'm 1 minute late. Hi, everybody. This is meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer coming to you from the streaming center at Fox 19 now. And take a look at our tower cam time lapse. Actually, it's our levee cam time lapse. And I tell you what, it's a beautiful day around the tri-state. And you can even see the shade of the sky change as the sun gets lower in the sky. And basically, we've had a nice day in the area. We're going to have another pretty nice one tomorrow. As a matter of fact, tomorrow's high temperature, once again, right around that 80-degree mark. And with that 80-degree mark will come some thunderstorm activity. So, again, we are talking about the chance of some severe weather in the area during the day tomorrow. So let's go ahead and see what we've got coming our way. First of all, let's see. First of all, if we take a look at the latest levee camera, look at that boat cruising down the Ohio River, the shadow of the bridge on the water, sun going down. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous evening, and there's nothing, if you are about to go outside and enjoy some of the outdoors for a while, there's nothing that's going to interrupt you this evening, weather-wise anyway. So it's a first alert weather day during the day tomorrow. Timing anywhere from late morning in our far western counties to evening in our early evening, that would be, in our far eastern counties. We are talking about severe thunderstorm activity, a pretty good bet that we'll see some of those anyway. And damaging wind gusts, heavy rain, hail, the possibility of some small mini spin-up tornadoes, and of course dangerous lightning that we find with every single severe thunderstorm, not even severe thunderstorm, every thunderstorm. So timing, that is from our far western counties in southeast Indiana to our far eastern counties, so it's going to cross the viewing area. And it may be a little bit faster than we thought. Strong to severe thunderstorms, and again, damaging winds the main threat, but whenever you get a strong line of thunderstorms, you can never rule out one of those leading edge spin-ups. Basically, what happens is air comes out of the thunderstorm, air flows into the thunderstorm, and then the downdraft in the thunderstorm is powered by evaporation of precipitation and the water literally just pushing it. So each water drop pushes a little air ahead of it. Some of those water drops evaporate. That cools the air and makes it more dense, so it has more pull of gravity and falls faster. So the combination of trillions of water drops, each pushing a little bit of air ahead of them, and some of those water drops evaporating and cooling the air causes the outflow that we get from thunderstorms, those wind gusts, and we could see some of those. Now, some of the times what happens is those wind gusts come out of the thunderstorm, you've probably felt them, and it forms like a mini cold front. So here comes the air rushing out of the thunderstorm, the leading edge of it looks like this, and the air ahead of the thunderstorm rushes up and over that outflowing cold air. If the shear is right in the atmosphere, that air can begin to spin. It's tilted up by the updraft of the thunderstorm, and you can get a mini tornado. And the funny thing is we kind of thought they were rare years ago, but the more technology advanced, the better the resolution became, the more we see that they're very, very common around the tri-state. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that we've got the Appalachian Plateau, the Appalachian Mountains, and kind of a funnel here where things are concentrated over Ohio and eastern Kentucky. But Storm Prediction Center says that there's a slight risk over most of the Fox 19 Now viewing area. A small sliver of eastern Clinton County and northern Highland counties both have an enhanced risk of severe storms. Okay, so we are again talking mainly the level 2 out of 5, but there are a few spots where it could be a level 3 out of 5. So here's what's going to happen. This is the lightning forecast out of the European model. Okay, so whatever you see there's not precipitation, it's just where the model is forecasting lightning to be. So we put this into motion. You can see it progressing eastward. And then by the time we get to 8 a.m., lightning is getting very close to the Cincinnati area. Okay, so as we head into the afternoon, you can see most of the lightning right there from the southwestern part of our viewing area up into the northeast. It pushes off to the east, and by the time we get to almost 4 o'clock, it's pretty much a done deal, but we do have a few more showers and thunderstorms popping up, which will cause a little bit more lightning and thunder. Okay, so radar and satellite looks like this. Absolutely nothing that's going to impact your evening plans. Okay, let me see. Something doesn't... Okay, I guess everything's right. Let me make sure all this... Yeah, okay, I just thought I saw one of the VU meters saying that there wasn't any audio, but it looks like I just looked at the wrong thing. We zoom out, and what you see here is you see a line of showers ahead of the real action is in here. Okay, so we do have line of showers here. Behind that line of showers, you've got a lot of surface convergence, you've got a lot of moisture, you do have some strong thunderstorms beginning to pop up. And so even though you see showers here, where everything is getting together, all the different elements are coming together here ahead of the front, so from Wichita up to Omaha, and that is where the action is. As a matter of fact, if we look at it full screen again, you can see where the National Weather Service, the Storm Prediction Center, has issued tornado watches. Okay, so there's tornado watches out there, and we only see a few. There's also a severe thunderstorm watch there north of Omaha, where you see a number of severe thunderstorm warnings. Okay, I tell you what, we can go take a look at those. So let's go ahead and take a look right here. We'll zoom in to this, and there you see it from Yankton, South Dakota, back to Wagner, up to Sioux Center, and then in northern parts of Nebraska, then across the Missouri River over into Iowa. You see those severe thunderstorm warnings out there. And those severe thunderstorm warnings, again, within that severe thunderstorm watch. So it looks like the Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center has done a pretty good job there. And if we zoom out, there we go. There is a tornado warning out there that was up behind the banner before. We'll zoom in on this, and you'll see, okay, that there is one tornado warning out, and that is around the Zumbrata area up there of Iowa. So overall, you can see this line of showers of thunderstorm activity. Notice the magenta color here. Those are the cores, the updraft cores. And whenever you see that, and notice it's kind of bowing a little bit, so it's kind of a bow line. Now, a line of thunderstorms that blows across the landscape and kind of forms a bow shape, like an archer's bow, okay, that is usually a sign of strong winds in behind it, and a lot of those winds can, through the dynamics of the thunderstorm, work their way to the ground. And so if that is the case, then we will have a bigger risk of damaging winds than any other element that comes along with severe weather. Okay, so temperatures as of 7 p.m., upper 70s to lower 80s around the tri-state. You take a look at what the model is showing. So let's go ahead. We start at 3 a.m., so after midnight tonight. By the time we get to 6:30 a.m., a few sprinkly showers out there. There might be a few spots to get a sprinkly shower for the morning commute, but no big deal. Probably almost no impact at all. As we head toward 11 a.m., now here we go, late morning, as I mentioned, in the western part of our viewing area, you've got Decatur County with some thunderstorm activity, some moving into Fayette County. And notice, again, that magenta. If you look at this one's not, but right in here's a magenta core. There's another one up here. And that's about it. But watch what happens here as we head forward a little bit more, okay, right there. And you see that there's a really big core right up here. This would be up near Waynesville, northeastern parts of Warren County, down here around Morrow, and then down through Claremont County, another line back here. And this is 1:30 p.m. So over the weekend, we were talking about it coming in later in the day. Now it looks like all the models are bringing it in earlier. So we're talking about by a little bit before noon in our far western counties. That would be over this way. And then let's just see where it goes. As we push it forward in time again, you'll see that it's gone by 4:40 p.m. with a few lingering showers left over there. So it looks like it's going to be more of a late morning and a late afternoon situation. Now that's not the end of it. We will have a few more showers and thunderstorms pop up. That's pretty much the end of the severe weather before 5 o'clock. And now, if you're going to the Reds game tomorrow evening, that's really good news. It looks like it'll be gone before then. And there you see the shower and thunderstorm activity that will be around during the day on Wednesday. Okay, and that's as far out as this model goes. Okay, airport temperatures right now, anywhere from 73 in Richmond to as high as, is it 83 the highest? Yeah, the highest I see on there is 83 degrees, so it's been very nice out there. 80s without summertime humidity is always a nice thing to have. Sunset at 8:28, 79 right now. We should drop to 71 by 11 p.m. And then overnight, not very cool. Even though we have a clear sky at first, we're going to see increasing cloudiness as we head toward dawn. Temperatures drop off only to about 65 degrees with winds out of the southwest. So the combination of the southwesterly winds bringing warm air into the tri-state and the thickening cloud cover means that it'll be a very mild start to your day. And the sun's up tomorrow at 6:43. And then tomorrow the sun's back down at 8:30. But take a look at that high temperature, about 80 degrees. So it was in the 80s today, 80 tomorrow. And then it does look like it settles down a little bit. Okay, latest from the Climate Prediction Center. Okay, now the Climate Prediction Center has from the 4th to the 8th of May. Notice that we are, let's see, if you count the levels, the core of that, 1, 2, 3, we're on the border of the 3rd and 4th level from the warmest, okay? Here's what I mean. This is the warmest part of the nation, farther above their normal than anybody else. That's 1 level, 2 levels, 3 and 4 off of that. So the Fox 19 Now viewing area is on the border between the 3rd and 4th warmest in the nation. That is from the 4th to the 8th of May. Let's see what happens for the next one. Woo! It gets even warmer than that. We're in the 2nd level of warmer than normal through the 12th of May. Okay? If we take a look at the 3 to 4 week outlook, we're still warmer than normal. Almost everybody in the lower 48, except for part of the Texas Panhandle and some surrounding areas, warmer than normal through the 24th of May. Okay, precipitation-wise, that may or may not be good news. It's this particular model or this particular forecast from the the Climate Prediction Center is saying we're right in the bullseye of drier than normal. Okay, so you may have to do some watering. Don't know what happened to that part of it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to back up and try and get it back here and see if it will go. Let's go back to the temperatures once again, okay? Okay, so in the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, that's through the 12th of May, we are warmer than normal. We are warmer than normal through the 24th of May. We are drier than normal through the 8th of May. And see if, okay, see what this does is this calls up. Let me see if I can get it manually here. It calls up a file via the internet, and it's supposed to read it, but for some reason it hasn't read it. So let me see. I'm going to have to go into edit mode here if I can get it for you. I was just looking at it before. Okay, there we are. Okay, now it came up. Okay. All I had to do is go into edit mode. Okay, and there it is. So what we're seeing here is there was a big bullseye of drier than normal before, and now there's a smaller bullseye, but we're right in the bullseye through the 12th of May for weeks 8 or for days 8 to 14. So we're going to say drier than normal according to this through at least the 12th of May. Okay, so let's close that out and go on to the 3 to 4 week precipitation outlook. That'll come up here in just a second. It's loading right now. So we're looking at warmer than normal and drier than normal weather. And then as we go from the 11th to the 24th, this particular forecast from the Climate Prediction Center is saying near normal precipitation. So I know what everybody's thinking, that, oh my gosh, we're seeing those two forecasts with drier than normal weather. Is that the beginning of a drought? Well, it doesn't appear so, and we'll take a look at the June, July, and August 3-month forecast coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Let's first cover the 7-day forecast, okay? So your 7-day forecast looks like this. Looking at a low of 65, a high of 80 on Tuesday. The Reds play again Tuesday at 6:40 p.m. As a matter of fact, they play Wednesday, they play a business day special Thursday, they have fireworks Friday on Friday, they play Saturday and Sunday, and then they're back out of town for another road trip. But it looks like the timing of the rainfall might be in their favor for tomorrow, and then we're just going to have to watch Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And you know, this is kind of like a nightmare scenario for us because we're the official weather provider for the Reds. So when rain's approaching, we not only have to tell them rain's approaching, but we have to tell them when, how much, how long it will last, when they have to pull the tarp, when they can pull the tarp back off the field. I mean, it's a lot of work. And so the weather is going to keep us busy at the Fox 19, in the Fox 19 Now Weather Center for quite some time. Okay, so we are looking at high temperatures staying, except for that Saturday, 63 with some thick cloud cover and cooler air over the tri-state, back to 70 on Sunday, and then Monday 74. And notice the lack of anything near freezing. So I know everybody's wondering about those tender plants. If we go to beyond the 7-day forecast, you'll see that low temperatures don't go anywhere near freezing. Sunday, the 11th, is Mother's Day, and so that tells you you're pretty much safe at this point to go ahead and plant those tender plants. If you want to be extra safe, just wait until Mother's Day. But overall, looks like a dry period. Now this fits from the 5th, or from the 6th through the 9th, a dry period, maybe some showers on Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday the 12th, we also have some shower activity. So here's what it looks like. If we take a look at the graph that shows all the temperatures over the next 14 days, notice the high temperatures do dip below normal that one day and then stay at or above normal the other 13. Low temperatures do about the same thing, but notice nothing anywhere near freezing in those cold spots on the low temperatures, and they stay near or above normal. So that our forecast pretty much jibes with what the Climate Prediction Center is saying. Okay, let's go to the summer outlook. This is for June, July, and August, and that's what we call meteorological summer. Of course, summer traditionally is based on the solstices, winter's based on the solstice, and spring and fall are based on the equinoxes. So even though summer, astronomical summer, doesn't begin until like the 21st, 22nd of June, if you take and you center the seasons on the highest and lowest temperatures, so June, July, and August is kind of centered on July, obviously, and that's where the warmest temperatures traditionally occur. And so that's why we call it meteorological summer. So you see the temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center says it's going to be hot out in the west. It is going to be hot in New England. And around here, it's going to be warmer than normal, but doesn't look like exceptionally. So if you look at the scale right up here, normal is this gray shade, and we are just like one level above normal here in the Cincinnati area. So it'll be a warmer than normal summer, but it doesn't look oppressive at this point. And I know what you're thinking. What about rainfall? Are we going to have a drought again this year? Well, the answer is probably not. This is the June, July, and August outlook, and that says that precipitation will be about normal, okay? So drier than normal out to the west, southwest about normal, and then along the east coast and the Gulf Coast more than normal, but around here about normal, and that's not bad, okay? Because first of all, we've had above normal precipitation for a while now, so the soil is very moist. Even if we get a couple of weeks, not searing hot weather and dry weather, but of warmer than normal weather and less than normal precipitation, it's not going to have a major impact on crop growth. And then if we go into June, July, and August, and each month has normal precipitation, it should work out for farmers. Now that you've got to take into account, though, that summertime precipitation is more spotty than wintertime precipitation, because more of our precipitation in summer occurs as individual thunderstorms, and you know how those are. You can get 1.5 inches of rain at your spot, and your neighbor a half mile down the road and get maybe a few sprinkles. And so, but overall, it's looking like we're in pretty good shape. Warmer than normal and about normal as far as precipitation goes, and that's according to the Climate Prediction Center. I haven't had a ton of time to look at this, but from the models that go out for several months, that it all looks like that is about what everybody's going to be saying at this point. Looks like we're going to be somewhere above normal by a bit on the temperature side and near normal on precipitation. And so that at this point, there are no big worries about repeating last year's big drought that we had. Okay, let me go ahead and see if I've got any input from people on Facebook. I don't know what's going on here. That doesn't make any sense. Something's, just a second. Oh, I see. Somehow I have two instances of Facebook open, and I looked at the wrong one. All right, so now I'm with the people I know. Jennifer Claiborne. About the severe weather, you think we'll stay at a level 2, or do you see that changing? No, I think we'll stay at a level 2. Okay, I think it's a pretty good bet that from Columbus, northeast through Cleveland, into Erie, Pennsylvania, and Buffalo is probably where there's going to be stronger, more widespread severe weather. What time will it hit Hidden Valley in Lawrenceburg, Indiana? Okay, so Hidden Valley in Dearborn County, you're still talking about somewhere around noon time, okay? Now, remember that's our estimate right now. It could be a little earlier than that, could be a little bit later than that, but I'm thinking somewhere around noon for Hidden Valley. All right, so Betty, I hope that's what you need to know. Melvin, Stone Street. It won't rain all day tomorrow. There will be the threat of rain that would cause you a problem. In other words, if you've got outdoor plans, the kind that you would want to go in for. Probably from, any one place for like 3 hours. So as early as 11:30 in our far western counties, as late as 4 p.m. in our far eastern counties. Garnet Rothwell. Said, once again, a small weather lesson embedded in your broadcast. Well, thank you, Garnet. He said he loves it. I think that everybody wants to know how things work. And I think if you do know the basics of how something works, it helps you understand it and respect nature more, because, I mean, the power of these thunderstorms is incredible. Well, thank you, Garnet. All right, let's see, what else do we have here? Susan Wally. She's been painting the porch all day. I hope it's got time to dry before tomorrow, Susan. But it should dry pretty well. Even tonight's not going to be all that humid. What time will it roughly be out of Butler County? Okay, so the severe weather, there might be some additional showers or a clap or two of thunder that are non-severe after this. But I think between 1 and 2 o'clock it should clear Butler County, okay? The farther west you are in Butler County, of course, the earlier. Debbie, you're welcome. She said thanks. Jennifer Claiborne, thanks for taking the time to answer. Yeah, I try to. That's why we do this, because it's more interactive. TV's kind of impersonal. And now that we have the ability to interact, I like to try and do that. Sherry Schoonover says thanks. Judy, let's see. Oh, sorry, Junie Strasburger Bonart, sorry. Her car club is having a show on Saturday. Oh, I think there will be not too windy, not cold, but there is that chance for some shower activity. Hit and miss stuff, nothing widespread or heavy. But I tell you what, if you got some of those classic cars that people with loving care have polished up, they don't want to get them out there in the rain. So there is that chance for a shower, but it doesn't look like anything too heavy or extensive at this point. Okay, those are all the comments. So let me go back over the 7-day forecast, and we will call it an evening. Okay. Here we go. As soon as, let's see, I don't even know what's on camera right now. Okay, there we go. Okay. Here is the 7-day forecast. All right, tonight we're looking at a low of 65, so very mild tomorrow morning, 80 tomorrow. Strong storms develop, and it looks like, it says PM there, but it looks mostly like from just before noon to just after 4 o'clock, and that would be from our far western counties. It would be like Decatur, Franklin, and Fayette counties in Indiana, to just after 4 o'clock for Clinton, Highland, Adams, and Lewis counties, okay, and in between for the in-between counties. 60 and 75 on Wednesday with spotty showers and a few thunderstorms, non-severe. Thursday, rain, storms likely, 78 the high, 70 on Friday with a chance of storms. Still the chance of a shower on Saturday, sunshine on Sunday, and then increasing clouds on Monday. So that is it for now. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow at 7:15, and we'll do this once again. Now, there is a caveat here. It all depends on exactly what is going on weather-wise. We may have to be live on the air. And don't forget, tomorrow is here at Fox 19, we broadcast the Reds opening day game, and we're doing 10 more games this year. And tomorrow evening is the first of those. They're all on Tuesday nights. So you'll be able to watch the Reds without having to have cable or anything like that if you want to. And, of course, we're the official weather provider for the Reds, so we've got to make sure they're up to date on that. And so I don't know exactly what the situation with severe weather will be or the timing or anything like that. So you can count on me being here at 7:15 unless everything else gets in the way, okay? So that's it. Thanks for joining me. Have yourself a nice night, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.